How many of you guys have a Nintendo Switch?
I have one.
Right.
Oh, do you guys want to link up?
Let's play Animal Crossing.
I'm stuck in PS5 mode right now, but sure.
Oh, you have a PS5?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It was when I got COVID.
Oh.
Where'd you put it? I haven't seen your PS5.
It's in right next to my TV
That
console.
looks like you're making something up right
he's
now.
making it up.
That manner,
Liar, you're a fucking liar.
that mannerism right there.
One person at this table that lies all the time. I'll let you guess which one it is.
At that table?
It ain't swinging Joe.
This guy, you look like a pier worker, but you don't work at the piers.
Nope.
I think between me and you, you're the
Peer worker.
You're no peer.
You're a fraud, man. Everyone knows you're a
Cool to be a peer worker.
You don't. Yeah, you're not a longshoreman.
Yeah.
You're too stylish to do that shit, man.
Long Johns.
All right. Well, for those of you guys who have Nintendo Switches, I don't know if you knew this, but there was a way you could hack your Switch. Do you remember that?
How?
You could hack it to play like pretty much any
Oh
game.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was.
I thought you could hack it to play like the Japanese versions of games.
There's that,
You used
but
to be able to do it with the PSP too.
you could also
Every
play
fucking game.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, somebody developed a little.
Did you say exactly?
Yeah, he did, and it was not, and it was fine.
Was that a pun over like something I wasn't aware of? That really struck a chord with you.
The best part is that we still opened up on you. Why?
It's too easy. That's
Well,
why.
anyway,
that's
you
true.
can hack your Switch to play all these pirated games.
love
The
pirated
guy who was
Love
responsible
pirated
for creating that, he was caught a while back. They finally caught him. He's a Canadian dude. They had to go to the Dominican Republic to catch him.
Oh shit.
So and it just so happens his name's Gary Bowser.
What if the manhunt is over?
That's tight.
Fucking Bowser, Eddie's a villain, dude. The detective that got him is Mario.
So he was only one guy, among a company of dudes that were making these chips and selling them, and they were only able to catch him. The other two guys are like in different countries that they don't believe they'll be able to get him because the countries won't extradite him. But they got this guy, and obviously when that happens, you try to make an example out of the guy that you did catch.
Yeah, fuck.
And because of that, the U.S. government is seeking a 5-year prison sentence for this hacker, Gary Bowser, in addition to a $14.5 million fine he already agreed to pay.
Wait, what about the motherfucking MAME cabinets, dude? MAME cabinets are sick. Well, I mean, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
They're licensed. My buddy actually.
I actually love your MAME cabinet. Thank you.
Things didn't take it out already, man. We just got it. Come on, man.
My buddy and his brother was one of the
Why the
first
fuck am I on
people
this
to
show?
license all those games.
Okay.
And then he actually has, you know, those consoles, like if you buy a Nintendo throwback, right?
Yeah.
And then all the games of Nintendo's in those.
But it's like 30 of them. It's not all of them.
Yeah, it's nowhere near
it's like
what they could
34
fit.
of them.
But there's one of them that has hundreds of, like, if it's a Sega Genesis one.
Oh, the
it's all
Soulja Boy
Sega.
one, probably.
The
Probably
ones they
Soulja
sell
Boy
at the
one.
kiosk at the mall? Those ones?
No, their distribution.
Oh, they're
You remember the
legally
Soulja
made
Boy
and
console?
everything?
Dude, whatever happened with that?
I think it went under.
What's the Soldier Boy console?
Bro, he had his own console, man.
It's called Soul. We talked about it on JK, yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah.
Tanked, but yeah. So the one that you're talking about is legal?
Yeah, because they were the first to license that stuff. Dude, he made fucking crazy money on it. But like, when you started seeing all the throwback games all in one console, that was their company.
Have you guys ever had a pirated like console or anything like that, or like a black box growing
Had
up?
a Chinese
friends rat you out.
Do you remember the? I don't know what you're talking about, man.
The Japanese Nintendo, where if you fucking nail filed the side, you could play Super Nintendo games and shit, or
I
like
didn't know about that. Damn.
Famicom.
it was like top loading, or yeah, something like that.
Dude, growing up, my dad, he would go to China sometimes. So he bought a PS2 in China, and it was pirated. So he would buy all these pirated games, bring it back, and we would have all these crazy cheap games that we weren't able to play in the US, but the PlayStation would work like half the time. It just would like, it would, sometimes when it worked, you'd be like, oh sick, I get to play all these games. But then most of the time, it was a total fucking complete piece
Do
of
you guys remember Pokemon Stadium?
Yeah, dude.
So when that game came out, it actually came out like, I think 10 months before in Japan. And so my dad went to like this store in LA that had like Japanese imported games. He actually brought home like this little converter thing and the game. So we were able to play Pokemon Snap, but in Japanese. And it was the most confusing shit ever.
Because all of it has to be like, you gotta guess.
Yeah, I was like stressed out kid. I was like,
And the name puns just weren't hitting with you.
I was like, I don't know how to use Solar Beam. How do I use Solar Beam?
Which one is it? It's a guessing game at that point.
Yeah, it was really hard.
Man, I was always jealous of my Chinese friends because they had all the fucking bootleg shit, dude.
Like stuff was dope. It didn't make a difference to kids, man, back then.
And it was funny too because you could put your Game Boy like Pokedex into the Nintendo 64 cartridge.
remember that.
But then it was like I was seeing my Venusaur in the game.
Yeah,
Even though it was just the same sprite every other kid saw, but I was like, that's mine.
It's his name.
That's my Venusaur.
He's the level that I got to. Oh, that's stupid.
It's true though. It is the level you got into. Yeah.
I did earn that.
But yeah, this so the grounds for that lawsuit, they're basically gonna, anytime that you mess with intellectual property of anything tech, they have a really great way of calculating what the loss is on their end for that. You know what I mean? So if you think of that, like
Right.
anything that he pirated, or all the possible people that might have used this chip and played pirated games, they're just gonna total all that up. The way that Napster got hit when people downloaded music, So, yeah. But then this guy Bowser, he only claims that he made $320,000 over the 7 years that he was doing this. Yet his fine is just like astronomical.
How the hell is he supposed to pay stuff like that?
I don't believe him though.
He probably won't. Yeah, I also don't
Especially if he's a
believe-
Canadian dude who now lives in the Dominican Republic and his 2 other accomplices are in other countries with no extradition.
How much did he put into crypto?
That's true.
Right.
Maybe.
If he's a tech dude,
he
he's that
shifted
smart.
that
yeah.
shit around.
Yeah, but he's a 51-year-old guy, and yeah, he was arrested in late.
Yeah, and he's in his 50s, so he's had time to do this. Plus he's agreed to the $14 million fine.
That's true. If he only made 300,000 and he's agreeing to 14 million,
Fool's balling somehow.
He's balling somewhere for sure.
But Nintendo's definitely not the company to mess with. They're like
No.
the hardest when it comes to coming after their IP. They're
Streaming?
making it really fucking hard for streamers.
Yep.
Can't even do Nintendo.
did you guys see the history of Nintendo? It's pretty gangster. They were a gambling den.
the
there
Chinkos,
was like a-
Chinkos,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was like little playing cards and shit like that. Gambling, all that. And it came into fucking this whole video game empire.
Shigeru Miyamoto is like a fucking genius though. Like the fact that he came up with Mario, he came up with fucking Zelda, he came up with like Samus and all that shit.
The
Metroid.
framework of all games today, just like
all of it.
Wait, wasn't he like a janitor or some shit? He was like a low level dude in the game in the company, and he just kept saying like, no, we got to try these other games because they were trying to compete with Pong. And then the top heads were like, no, we gotta do this shit.
Make our own
He's
Pong.
like a Goodwill Hunting janitor where they just left the board out and they fucking
Solves the math
the
formula.
best
He
characters.
drew a plumber.
Who did this?
The plumber, it's genius.
Yeah, so he's up for a lot of shit in his life, this guy. But it sucks because most of the time when people figure things out like this, like the Switch is notoriously difficult to crack, and the guy did it. And
So he should get paid for it.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes you're hoping they'll just hire the dude.
That's what usually happens, right? When a hacker like hacks the thing, that's like, whoa, that's a great resume. Come over to the
I
company.
think that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what the Terra blockchain was doing, right? Where they were like willing to pay $1 million to any hacker who could find a bug in their protocols because they wanted to be, hacker proof.
Yeah, then you basically just turn him into a white hat just in one day.
You host a hackathon, you book a house in Miami, you have everybody come out. They all sit there, that's what they call it.
Really?
They all sit there with laptops and like just fucking chill together.
People are in town in LA this week for both an Ethereum and a Solana blockchain hackathon.
No way, so it's a real fucking thing.
And somebody successfully hacked Solana because fucking $230 million got taken out of a wormhole the other day.
Yeah, that's
Successfully.
crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, so the federal court's going to figure out how much time he has to do. People are really trying to advocate for him to do less because 5 years. I mean, that's a pretty long sentence for something that's non-violent, I guess. It's more of like a corporate crime. And there's a lot of big-ass shit going on in the world. People are not even getting close to that. But yeah, his $14.5 million payout is actually $4.5 million is his actual fine for what he did going in the federal. The $10 million is going straight to Nintendo as a civil lawsuit. Yeah.
Would you rather, if it was one or the other, pay $14.5 million or do 5 years in prison?
I don't even got 14 million. I'll do
5 years.
I would just honestly take the fine and just default on my fucking payment like everybody else fucking does.
Well, no, they don't bail you out though. They don't bail people like us out. Sorry.
Oh damn! Like us,
No, we don't get bailed out.
Can I still buy this guy's rig?
you can actually.
I can?
Yeah, but that's not you. Can, I don't even know if you can legally even. It's like one of those things where like like Nintendo made it so that if you even talk about where to find an illegal game file on a website, your whole site could be just taken down. They could sue you for that. They could sue you for even naming the source.
I got a question. This guy's a hacker, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just use a VPN?
Duh!
And that brings us to our ad.
He's a fucking idiot.